Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. You've worked with Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. So my first question to you is, who's scarier, Clint Eastwood or Sid Haig?
I would have to say that.
No, you're good. Just real close.
Yeah. Oh, I would have to say that Clint's a little scarier.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah. I would imagine, and that was for, I want to say, Pink Cadillac.
Pink Cadillac. Good call. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So what was that experience? That was early in your. Was that early in your career too? That was a while ago.
That was pretty early. Yes, because I did Texas Chainsaw in 1986, I guess.
Right.
And just a couple of years later, I did Pink Cadillac, and it turns out that Clint didn't like to audition actors because they were too freaked out that it's, oh my God, it's Clint Eastwood. So what he would do is he would hire actors for certain parts based on videotape back then. It was called videotape, kids. And so he actually hired me as Daryl, like a member of the white supremacist group or whatever it was in Pink Cadillac, based on Texas Chainsaw 2. So he liked what I did as Chop Top, and so hired me as Daryl.
To do that thing you did in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie.
Yeah. No, he was cool.
That's awesome. And now, and Sid Haig, of course, your co-star in the Rob Zombie movies.
Yes.
And Rob Zombie, it seems like you're like kind of Rob Zombie's one of the go-to guys for his movies. How did you hook up with him?
You know, I was emceeing a horror award show back in '99.
It doesn't seem that long, right?
Years ago.
No, it doesn't. To me, I'm like 1999. That was like 5 years ago.
October of '99. Yeah. I got hired by a friend of mine to MC a little in-house horror award show called the Igor Awards. That was at Universal Studios in Burbank, California, and it was a little in-house award show, and at the end of, it was kind of a Halloween Horror Nights kind of a side light, and I came dressed as Chop Top. Chop Top has really, given me this whole career.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chop Top. And so I had a ratty tuxedo. I was made up as Chop Top, and Rob Zombie was one of the award recipients. He got a little demon statue, and he came out to get his award, and he said, it freaked him out that it was the real Chop Top doing the emceeing, and he told me later backstage that he said that guy sounded like a decent Chop Top, but I was thinking, he's doing a pretty good job, and then he comes out and he goes, oh my God, it's Chop Top, and a month later, we chatted afterwards, and I had brought my then 13-year-old daughter with her friend because they were big Rob Zombie fans, and so it was a good night, it's a good daddy night. And about a month later, he offered me the part of Otis Driftwood in House of 1,000 Corpses.
And then, what did you think after you read the script? What did you think?
My first thought: this is a big part.
Yeah, that's what. Okay, right.
Because I'm thinking, I was an actor. I'm thinking, geez, that's at least a couple of weeks, and I'm thinking, that's gonna, I'm gonna make rent.
Right.
So that was my first. It was a cool part, a cool movie, everything about horror movies that I liked. So it was cool, but it was also like, wow, that's like a big part.
His movies, especially the House of 1,000 Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Scary, but more so unsettling. It's a different kind of scary, to me anyway, personally. Everyone's got their own fears and things like that. To me, disturbing more so than scary. And it's the kind of like horror that haunts you for weeks in that. And to get in your, Otis is so... He's one of those characters comes on screen and you just grab onto something because it's just he's just a horrible, horrible person. Yeah. Where did you have to go? Like, where did you have to take your brain to get into the Otis Driftwood zone?
Not very far.
No, really?
What you see here is a very
this is you on
civilized
coffee, right?
Civilized young man. But no, actually, it's just the nice thing about an actor is that you really get to exercise that imagination muscle. And that's what I do. I just read the script a bunch of times. I just imagine, kind of almost meditate on just, who this guy is, what the universe is, what the family is, just the general idea. And I kind of liked it.
And then you are also a musician, and you work with Buckethead, extraordinary guitar player.
Yes.
And how did that happen? Before you start, let me preface.
Yes.
Buckethead has done work with Guns N' Roses,
yes,
and Primus, and just a lot of bands. He jams with a lot of people.
Yeah.
And how did you guys hook up?
Well, one more time, it was Chop Top.
Oh, was it really? Wow, that guy.
Chop Top has really.
Yeah, that guy's good for you.
He's been very good for me. I was doing a play in Los Angeles called Timothy and Charlie, about a night that actually happened between Timothy Leary and Charles Manson, side by side in solitary confinement in San Quentin.
And you were?
I played Timothy Leary.
Okay, that would have been my guess.
Yeah. And the guy who played Charles Manson was a friend of Buckethead's, and I guess had told Buckethead that I was in the play, and Buckethead showed up because he was a Chop Top fan.
Wow.
And he came up to me after the show and after one of our performances, and I was introduced to him, and he said I was told he was a fabulous guitar player, and he said that he would like to jam sometime, and I said, well, hey, let's do it tomorrow. And so I brought a cup of coffee, not quite Dunkin' Donuts, but I did bring a cup of coffee and my bongos.
All right.
To his little studio in Santa Monica, California, and we started jamming and really had a lot of fun doing it. And that was the beginning of what turned into the band Cornbugs, which you can still get on Spotify, I guess. And
I'm afraid to ask where the name came from.
We were actually at his mother's place I forgot the name of the town, but somewhere outside of Los Angeles. And we were just goofing around. We had a guy doing a video of us, just playing around. And his mom had grown some corn in the backyard of their house.
Actual corn bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I was going like, and we were just going through the corn, and they were like very tall stalks of corn. And I grabbed an ear of corn because I was going to use it as a microphone, like, hey, call the cops. and I grabbed it, and I looked down and went, it was covered with bugs. I went, oh, corn bugs.
And that was it.
That became.
See, my mind just went to the darkest place possible. So,
wow, what is the darkest place possible?
You don't even want to. You.
I do want to.
Otis Driftwood doesn't even want to go there. All right. Well, Bill Moseley, it's been a pleasure talking with you, man.
Well, I'm going to try to figure that out the rest of the day.
That's going to haunt you for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, exactly.
Appreciate you coming by and taking the time. What's up next for you?
Well, let's see. Next is something I can't discuss, so that's fun, of course. For the
yeah, that sounds like that's
well, I'm thinking about corn bugs. You can imagine what that means. And next I just go back. I have a busy schedule, as it turned out. About a couple of months ago, I got hit by a bicycle.
Oh, man.
In Raleigh, North Carolina, and so I was down for a couple of months with fractured bones, which I'd never experienced before. But now I'm back, and so I have this vacuum in my schedule that is now just being filled by all sorts of conventions. I've got a couple of jobs, so I just finished top secret stuff. But I just finished a movie with Charles Band's son, Zalman Band, called Subscriber, and a really cool movie. So that should be coming out one of these days. And I just keep working away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad for that. That's awesome.
Well, the nice thing about this genre is the older and uglier you get, the more work you're offered. So that helps a lot.
Easier for the makeup people, maybe? I don't know, but I appreciate you stopping by so early in the morning, Mr. Moseley.
Okay, my pleasure.
That's
awesome.
It's
that Dunkin' Donuts coffee, man.
Yeah, man. It's rocket fuel.
I want to go build a house in the woods right now.
Yeah, nice. To keep the corn bugs out.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Bill Moseley here. We're broadcasting live from the DCU Center here for Silver Scream Con 3, and we're also on Facebook Live, so all of our guests are on Facebook Live if you want to check out the Pike Facebook page on this Friday the 13th.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, good luck with that today.
It is.
Well, this is the perfect place for it. I think this counteracts the Friday the 13th.
Yeah, or
Maybe.
accelerates it.
Yeah. Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah, exactly.
Come down and find out here at the DCU Center.
Come down and find out.
All right. Thanks a lot, Bill
All right,
Moseley.
my
All right. We're going to take a break here as we broadcast live from the DCU Center on 100 FM The Pike.